everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Makeup. In this video we're gonna make together a crochet project. As you can see, it's a face scrubby. It's so easy and so amazing. If you love to scrub your face in a really gentle way, this one will do this job for you. It's really easy to do and you can use it daily because we are using 100% cotton, so it'll be so gentle over your skin if you use it. I love it so much and it's so gentle on my skin. So if you're interested in this project and you want to see how to do a face scrubbies, please keep watching. Hello again, so let's start our video. So as you can see, I'm gonna use Alice Cotton Cold. This is the cotton one that I found here. It's about like 75% cotton, so it's pretty good actually. And this one is 100 gram, but of course I'm not gonna use all of this. This one that what I have and what I'm gonna use in this video, and I'm gonna use 5.5 millimeter crochet hook with this yarn. So the first thing we're gonna do is a magic ring. It's really easy, but it's really important to do it because it will help to close the center of the scrubby. As you can see, I'm taking the yarn around my two fingers and make this like a small X here. Of course, I'm holding the tail of the yarn by my thumb, and now I'm gonna take this strand and yeah. I hope you can understand what I'm doing here because it's really hard to explain. So now I'm gonna make one chain that will help to secure the magic ring so I can work, and at the same time it will be like foundation to my work after that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a buff of 5 circles or rounds. As you can see, I'm doing like a double crochet, but I'm not doing anything yet. Taking a double crochet 1, 2, 3 without taking the yarn, grab the yarn inside any of the loops. So as you can see, I have a lot of loops now on the hook, so I'm gonna go like in 5 rounds, and then I'm gonna take the yarn or grab the yarn with my hook and try to go through all these loops all together. That will help make a really bulky buff. Of course, you can try doing by like 3. It will make a really nice scrubby, but actually I love it like a little bit bulky and really cozy. So I'm gonna make a buff with 5 rounds. So as you can see, I'm going again and take the yarn and grab it for 5 times and do it again. And of course I did one stitch in between to close this lovely bulky buff. So as you can see, I'm going again and take the yarn from all these loops. It will be hard at first, but by work it will be easier, and make one chain to close this lovely buff. And again, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then again grab the yarn and go through all the loops and chain 1, and I'm gonna complete like 6 buff in the first row. Actually, it's really easy. If you find it a little bit difficult, you can do like a buff with 3 rounds. It will be easier for you, and as you go with the work and feel like you're more comfortable, you can make 5 if you want to. Okay, now I have my 6 buffs, so I'm gonna grab the tail of the magic circle to close it. And as you can see, it just closed very nicely. I'm gonna go to the first stitch and just slip stitch and close the first row. And as you can see, it looks like a small rose in the middle. Okay, now I'm gonna go to row number 2. I'm gonna chain 1, and as you can see above the first buff there is a small stitch, so I'm gonna go inside this stitch and make a buff from 5 rounds. So in this video our buffs is 5 rounds. Okay, so okay, almost there, and here we go. And again I'm gonna go through all of these loops and chain 1. Okay, next As you can see there, there's a space between the two buffs, which was one chain in the previous row. And again, I'm gonna make another buff inside that space with 5 rounds. And you can see become more easier as we go. And again, I'm gonna make another buff above the previous buff from the previous row. Okay. So actually I will end up with 12 buffs in this row. I started up with 6 buffs, and now I'm gonna end up in this row with 12 buffs. As you can see, I'm just having one buff above the previous buff. Now I'm gonna go to the space and make another buff inside. And I'm gonna continue the row until I reach the last space, which will have a buff. Now I am at the end of row number 2, and I finished my 12 buffs. And now I'm gonna go to the first stitch here and make slip stitch to close the row. As you can see, it looks so bulky and so beautiful. Again, chain 1 and repeat the same as we did in the second row. Above the previous buff, I'm gonna make a buff from 5 rounds again. And I'm gonna repeat the same thing actually. So I'm gonna make a buff above the previous buff and a buff in the space in between the buffs. So it's a lot of buffs. So as you can see, again, chain 1, and in the space here I'm gonna make another buff and repeat until I reach the end of the row. Okay, I'm almost there, and I finished the last buff, and now I'm gonna slip stitch to the first buff to close the row. So this is it actually. I almost finished my scrubby, and now it's time to make a nice ending. So I'm gonna chain 1 and make a slip stitch, single crochet in every stitch I have. So I will start with the first buff and then the space, and then the next buff and the space, and I'm gonna go around without any increasing, just make single crochet in every single stitch I have until I reach the end of the row. Here I finished the row. It's single crochet, so it's pretty easy actually. So as you can see, almost there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slip stitch to the first single crochet I have and slip stitch to it. Of course, you can close the work and fasten off and cut the yarn, but I'm gonna make a little handle so I can let it dry when I use it. Of course, it would be wet and I wash it. It would be really wet, so I need to like hang it to dry. So I'm gonna make a small handle from 18 chains. Of course, you can make it longer or shorter as you like. For me, 18 chain was really enough for me. So as you can see, I make the chain, and when I finish, I will go to the first stitch here and go and slip stitch to it. And I finished my scrubby actually. As you can see, I have a small handle so I can hold it or I'll let it dry when I use it, because it will take some time to dry. So this will help it to dry faster. And as you can see, it looks so beautiful. And of course, I'm gonna hide all this yarn inside. And yeah, it's really easy to do and really nice and it's really beautiful. Use it over your skin. I love it so much, and I love it, and I love the loofah that I made. If you didn't see it, it will be in the description box down below and the cards as well if you want to go and see how to make a nice crochet loofah that will scrub your body and make it so soft and it can live for a long time. So this is for this video. I really hope you like it, and as usual, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share the video with your friends if you like it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. These links will be in the description box down below. And don't forget to hit the bell button so you have notification every time I upload a new video on my channel. And I'm gonna see you soon in the next video. I love you so much. Bye!